Right. I appreciate that.
I've had a teaser there for you a couple of days.
Okay,
I'm
so.
going to give it to you. You don't
Okay.
have
No,
to
no,
right now.
no, no, I want to.
Work Friday.
Oh, sure, I got two of those coming in on Friday.
Okay. You just want to.
I'm just gonna get up bright and early in the morning with my list of things that I got to do, hit the road and go and get them done.
Early, that.
Oh, well, you know, stores don't open about 9, so. Yeah, that's gonna be my pre-Christmas shop day.
Okay. Are they supposed to have some, like Black Friday, but it's going to be early?
Oh, I don't know what day that is. We won't be off on that day. We'll be off on this day.
I'll tell you the best way to Christmas shop is my favorite way to do it. In golf stores, at that time of year, the rooms are like on the beach, like 60 or 50 or 60 bucks a night, seriously.
Oh, really?
So I just go there, and then I go hit that one outlet mall, just park on one end and just go.
That's a good idea.
Seriously, I mean, it's, you don't have no traffic, no nothing. Well, the outlet mall, but you just go stay on the beach. Nice view, cheap.
We work for the county now. We can't even do that.
No, it's a lot cheaper. It's actually cheaper than going out here and doing all that other crap, right? Because you save so much at the outlet mall.
No, you can't beat her at Target.
Now, I can't even go in Target.
I wish we'd get a supercharger here. Those are nice.
Right. Memphis even has.
Baton Rouge has like 3 of them.
What's that?
Super Target. That's where they feel like Super Walmart. They have a grocery section.
You know,
Better food, too.
Kmart
Yeah.
was a good store to shop at. Kmart was a good store to shop at.
Was.
Well, I remember when it was Super Kmart. Yeah. American Fair, wasn't it? What was it?
They never could make it go there. I was working at Sac and Save in college when all that got started, and they never could make it work.
Well,
It was always something.
Now you don't have nothing really over in Walmart. Basically. McDonald's here and there. Pig and wheat.
Yeah, what Kroger, what?
I hate those McDonald's and fortification. The prices are high. Their selections are really bad.
Correct. That's like
And
going
the
to a convenience. It's like going to a
Oh man, I
convenience
was in there
store.
one night.
It's not-
I was in there one night. I got one girl in trouble. This little old lady
I
scared
just
like
went
it.
to the Kroger in Madison just the other day, and I was saying this is my first trip up here, so I can see what it's all about. And they didn't have a sale. I thought they would. I said you need to take that sign down saying we're an opening now.
No, that McDade's over there, a fortification on there one time, and the girl's sitting there listening to her iPod both ears while she's checking out people. Had some little old lady couldn't even pick her groceries up. She didn't even help her or nothing. And she just listen to her iPod, just bringing up groceries away. They can't even hear anything. And then she got mad when the manager made him quit doing that. I mean, it's like,
Oh man, she didn't need to bring that to work.
you know, she don't need a job. She don't. Man, if Mr. Holman had come in the store and seen that, shit. Y'all remember him, don't you?
It's like Sam
You
Walker.
know what he used to do? Saturday afternoon, if it was busy, Mr. Holman would put on some shorts, t-shirt, baseball cap, and sunglasses, and go shopping so nobody would recognize him. And Lord help that store manager if that store was not right. Or he'd go to the stores like the 24-hour ones, like 4 in the morning, and just the stock crews were there, the managers weren't there, and see how they really were. He'd walk back in the birdhouses and stuff, and Lord help that manager. When 6:30 he got there, Mr. Holman was waiting on him, and he was going to have a long day.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but you know what? They were run right though. I worked at Kroger my last year at college, and the manager like, wow, look at that display. It's a mess over there. Wow. You don't do anything, man. If you're a jitney,
Well, that's my husband. He works at grocery. He works at Kroger now, but he started at Jitney and then went to Wendy's and he nothing left but Kroger.
that's where I shop is Kroger.
Oh, Walmart.
That's where I shop is Kroger.
He would not let me buy any meat or anything in Walmart.
I wouldn't. I'm still buying my veggies at that farmer's market over on Woodrow Wilson. They usually have everything. You can buy your produce for the whole week there.
getting on because, well, it's not late yet. We just were a minute or two early.
Yeah, Miss Carolyn called me and said she was around the corner. And I seen Graham, Fisher, and Smith around here.
Oh, George will make every one of these now. George will make every one of these now at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Then the fun starts.
Well, Tommy, you gonna get us through this really fast, and then maybe I can get back up to my office at 10, by 10, and
My goal. That's my goal.
maybe by 9:30.
I'd love to. I'd love to get you out of here by 9:10.
Oh, that would be even better. Oh, boy.
Now, this summer we got where they were getting out like in 45 minutes, like several times in a row. It's kind of nice.
Good morning, morning.
Whoa.
Hey,
Hey,
that's one.
What you doing all dressed up?
oh,
Let's go.
trying to class the place up a little bit.
You got a black,
I knew Tony would be here.
do you got a black Ferrari convertible outside or something?
Yeah.
You going undercover? I tell you what, I've been reading this Penn State stuff on here this morning.
Oh, man.
Don't read the grand jury report, whatever you do.
They putting everybody on the road, aren't they?
Don't read the grand jury report. That is
Return of and the president gone now.
They should.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That is one of the most disgusting things I've ever read from that grand jury.
How you doing this morning? Anything like
Hey, stranger.
Hey there.
Congratulations.
I was just here.
You know, you think that. You think that.
We don't
Well, they got a new thing coming up this morning that supposedly some of the donors, the big shots, were. This may not have been just him, which would make more sense. But if you read that grand jury deal, it's you were warned.
That's
They're going to want to kill people when you read it.
yeah.
Or it's either that or you're going to throw up. That is one of the most disgusting things I've read in my whole life. But yeah, I don't blame him for throwing his butt out there.
It's probably real.
Well, it's probably trying to figure it out in school, that's the problem.
Because they're that close to being finished. We need to polish our Christmas this morning.
Okay.
Well, congratulations, you got reelected. I know you were worried.
Well, I know you were. I was.
I was under the impression he was going to give us
It was a
something.
squeaky, but we pulled it out.
But
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Oh, my friends in Delbert thought I was my first ball.
So it's not-
Democrat to run against
not,
us.
he said he's not. I do need the minutes. Are the minutes from that board meeting out there?
I was in a meeting with him not 2 weeks ago, and they were teasing him how
Oh,
he
really?
feels
That's
to be
the
taken
threat?
unopposed. And he says, I really don't know, I just can't sit my teeth through
Okay,
it.
so I should see him on.
And one of the guys said, well, I'm gonna vote for you, that way we know you win.
For that meeting.
I met him the first time about 2 months ago. Never met him
Okay,
before.
so
Never seen him in
you
person
email him
before.
He really looks totally different.
I was like,
October 7th?
He's tall and
right there,
skinny.
you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, are you a forward or a center?
Because he looks, I've never really met him in person, close in person.
Neither did I.
And I was asked to serve on a statewide committee on electronic filing, representing the Chancellor Clerk's office. So we had a meeting.
When are y'all going to that anyway? The MEC system, when y'all going to that?
Hopefully in the springtime. We met with the Chief Justice on Monday, and they're finishing up a couple of things in DeSoto County, so we should be going live sometime in the spring.
Y'all going to do land records?
Well, this is the court that we're doing first, but the statewide commission is to do electronic ballots. So the whole
You know what I did? Because I give up on losing money from the copy machine. They ought to make those read only. Where, just like, we're going with Harrison's. You go to them, you start having to pay like so much money just for darn search. You may not even come back. It's ridiculous. I have one place it's cheaper for me to drive down Harrison and do the research and then copy what I actually need and pay for the search.
Okay.
You see what I mean, y'all?
And see, that's
But if they would make
something.
it read only, but then if you need the document, hey, print. See what I
Yeah, because that was Arthur Johnson from Madison County. No, yes, and I told my brother to call him a friend. He's a great guy. Great guy. He has helped us with the chance to play Swells.
Larry Swells, makes it so that you can get their website.
Yeah, but Larry's an okay guy too. He's just he's not as progressive. He's not as progressive thinking as we are. Because we're trying to bring stuff to the
But he has set his way in. Getting way out there. They're not the exception to that.
And what we're trying to do is on a statewide committee is to do everything electronically. Like you said, we are, because nobody does land records on a general basis.
I mean, that's a major revenue thing for you because all the copies. I mean, there's no way you should have to give it up.
So the Secretary of State says, we're going to make sure that you all get your money. Because that's how we operate. We don't generate any money. We can make
That's
stamps.
like y'all get like $200-300 or so you're on copy. That's why I said y'all just make it read only. And then that's what they want.
Yeah, they can pay us in advance. And we send it to them.
Because when you start putting copies records, I mean,
Thank you for supporting that. That's what we want to make sure we can get buy-in from the general public. That would be a good thing.
Captain Jones just said I went and got him, and he said he was on his way.
She's checking. Let me say again, good morning. Good to see all of you here this morning. This is a anyway, we'll move on. This is a continuation of a recess meeting from Monday, November the 7th. November 7th meeting, and we will just go ahead and continue since we had invocation then, we will use that as a continuation of the meeting today. Again, thank y'all for being here. I will ask the clerk, I believe we had a matter, a claim matter that needs to be taken care of.
And so pursuant to the board's action on Monday, the clerk's office now presents to you a special claim for Dan and Gibson and Company Incorporated in the amount of $4,825. This is for his risk management consulting and inmate medical facilitator, and we request that you approve this pending receipt of the contract amendment.
Okay, let's play forward. Move for approval. It's been moved. We have a second.
Second.
Move. Proper second. Discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion's carried.
And based on that, we request that you approve the order approving the claims portion of the minutes for today, Thursday, November 10th, 2011.
Okay, let's play forward. Move to approve. It's been moved. We have a second. I second. Move. Proper second. Discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion's carried.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Do we have any other items before any items that you brought up? We'll go back to the.
I have a question, Mr. Smith. We talked a little bit about the 911
Okay.
issue. Is that now or should we wait till later? I talked some with Mr. Wallace about it yesterday. He has an update for us on kind of where we are with that and what needs to happen next. So, whatever
The one that the phase 2 911.
Correct.
That we talked that I asked you. You have other additional information, sir. Come right up.
Okay. I just wanted to come back with an update that, let me get up here. Morning, Mr. President, rest of the board. At last meeting, you asked me to check into where we were on finalizing E911 and whether or not we could implement part of it and then come back and implement the rest later when it was finished. But we're not as far along as you were informed at the last meeting. There are some communities that still don't have theirs in that we're working with now. Terry, Byron's almost finished with theirs. Terry doesn't have many and Bolton doesn't have many, so we should be able to wrap those up fairly quickly. I got an update that Jackson's may be done this week.
No, it's going to be done this week.
Going to be done this week. So we're very close now to having all of those done, and it looks like we're going to be able to implement them at the same time. However, if you did want to proceed with an implementation before you got them all, you can do that, and then we can come back and add the others later. But it looks like it's all going to gel together, and we're going to be able to do it at one time.
But the main emphasis, I was making when I asked questions on Monday is this: is the misinformation is that Hinds County have not done ours, and we have finished ours
It's been
in
done
the unincorporated area, and we're waiting on the city of Jackson and those other political subdivisions.
That's true. The canvas has been done for quite some time.
Okay,
Yeah.
that was Mr.
That was more or less my question, but I wanted to know where did that come from because it's been implemented for about 2 years
Well,
now.
we didn't have this information being put out there, so.
Yeah, because the XY coordinates have already been done, and they've been using them for the last 2.5 years all over the county. So
Yeah, and I'm not
the only thing
sure.
that's left is for one computer to be used, and that's with those route numbers that you're talking about.
Right, and I'm not sure where the feedback was coming from, but I just wanted to check into it for you. The other thing that this is by more way of a recommendation, because I'm not exactly sure how this is set up, but I have been informed, and I'm going through legislation now to verify, is that the county is responsible for all E911.
That's correct.
And that apparently we may have some interlocal agreements where the cities take care of theirs inside their city limits. And I don't know how that comes back to the county, but regardless, the county is responsible, so.
Well, we have a contract.
Okay. Do we have someone, I guess my question is there someone in the county that the municipalities have to report their changes to so that the county itself knows what is going on? So because of and the only reason I bring it up is because the county is responsible regardless of whether the cities are doing
It
it.
goes through the 911, EOC office.
Okay, very good.
Okay, so at this point, we think we have very minimal efforts left to get in the required information. And apparently Jackson's has been guaranteed by the end of the week. So we can move forward with this, and I'm more concerned about the unincorporated area and getting them going on this and everything like it's supposed to be. Because we talked also about the possibility of establishing the January 1st. If you're not finished by then, you want to get on the system, you need to pay for it yourself. It's part of the discussion we had yesterday.
Sure, right. Yeah, you guys can, I think we'll be done by then, but you can certainly set a time certain for everyone to be finished. Otherwise, some of their updates are going to go in after we do this initial upload.
So I guess my question is, when does this end? When do we say we've done this and it's rolling along here? I mean,
right.
January 1st? January 1st, or we just want to continue to hang out whenever it gets in? Specific dates, that sort of thing.
That's up to the board, but I would go ahead and put a time limit on it. I think everybody's had ample time to get their corrections in, and I think they'll probably have them in, and we will work with Bolton and Terry. I think Byron's will be done, and my understanding is that Raymond and Clinton is already done. So if the reports we're getting are correct, I think we'll probably have them all done by the end of the month, and we'll be uploading them well before the first of the year. Yeah.
Well, I'll get with you for the meeting on the 21st and see if we need to put something on the agenda for that, to set a date or not. And if not, then let's just keep driving with it. I think we need to have a drive over time so that at least what's out there and done can be put out and start operating as it should be.
I agree, because once Jackson's comes in, that is by far the majority. So we would want to go ahead and start uploading those into the system. That's the majority of everything.
Mr. Brown.
Mr. President, I think it's ludicrous to put a date on anything like that with 911. According to the Senate bill, we don't have the authority to charge anyone or to make anyone pay opposite, because we're responsible for making sure that the E911 is implemented, not the municipalities.
Okay.
I don't know that there would be any charges to
Well,
do something.
I heard someone say that making a motion or talking about making someone pay as a result of them not having or not being finished, and I just think that's just ludicrous.
Well, in our discussion yesterday, Mr. Ross, we talked about that there's a set amount done to put this into the system through AT&T. And the discussion that we had yesterday was, if we move these in earlier, is there an additional charge through AT&T to bring the other guys in later whenever they get around to it?
When I talked to them, they did not say that there would be.
Okay. So that
right.
clears that clears
Right,
that.
I think that clears that up. I think that's probably where that came from.
Okay. We will be in touch with the EOC's office and have them to go ahead and communicate with the other political subdivisions and bring it to a. Okay. Thanks very much.
Mm-hmm.
Now we will. I guess we were working on the financial update, Ms. Calhoun, that was the restructuring and the bond issue. I don't know who.
Right. I would like to bring Mr. Gaylor up and let him explain what has transpired since our last meeting.
Good morning.
Recess meeting.
Good morning. Several years ago, this board took on the task of trying to find a way to create this Byron-Clinton Corridor Parkway. And thus far, many things have been done. We've gotten to the stage where we're asked to find a way to get this project moving in the right direction. And we've discovered a way where we believe that we can actually get the project going in a progressive manner and getting funds for the project. There was a question raised at the last meeting with regard to the numbers on the restructuring as well as the new obligation that the county would take on to get this project done. I have representatives of Rice Financial Products are here this morning to talk about these numbers that have been created, and I would ask that they come and discuss them with you.
We have a presentation. Tony Stovall, partnering with Rice Financial Products. Good morning, everyone. We do have a presentation that we put together. We've looked at the transaction, but one of the concerns that we have is the vetting process of our analysis, and we're not sure if the financial advisor has had ample time to actually review the numbers. Typically what we do is present ideas to the board versus make recommendations. So if we do have an analysis, we looked at the transaction. One of the things that we think makes the most sense is you combine the restructuring of the bond issue with the new money bonds contemplated for the corridor. And we have some structures we think make sense to do this. The question that we have as underwriters is the actual vetting process of this. So we're not sure who the financial advisor is going to be on the transaction, if they've had time to even vet. We've had meetings with staff, and one of the concerns that we have is if there's an ample time to actually vet the transaction. But again, we have a presentation. We're welcome to share it with the board and go through the analysis. But again, there's typically an intermediary between us and the board, which is the financial advisor. So we just need some clarity on the financial advisor.
Mr. President, and I agree with you. One of the attempts that I was going to make a motion to name the financial advisor for the purpose of carrying out the task that you have just mentioned. Initially, the reason that we had the bonds broken up into two pieces was because early on I sought the assistance of Mr. Gaylord and to work with us, and also we will be utilizing Watkins Lutman firms, the fund councils, to work with us on developing a plan to finance the corridor. And so the board approved the two firms as its fund council. As a result of working out a plan for the financing of the corridor, which the two companies did come back with an excellent recommendation. I asked Mr. Gaylord if he also would assist Hinds County in looking at our budget and how we were spending our monies, and likewise how we can come up with some savings. So the two firms went about the task of doing that, and they did it at no cost to Hinds County. So they brought back this recommendation of restructuring some of the existing bonds at the $8 million range, issue a bond at the $8 million range. So that's how the two ended up being separate. One bond was an initial request, and following that request concerning the coroner, I did ask Mr. Gaylord if they would look at our general funds budget to see how we could improve ourselves as far as bringing in additional revenues, and likewise being able to fund some of our critical capital expense items. So that's why it was broken up in two pieces, and no consideration was given to combining two.